give you a little Call of Duty content while I talk about some things. Just real quick, talking about the gun community and stuff I've perceived over the last, actually just few months. Like, I turned one of my old gaming channels into, well, this channel, into like a gun channel because I didn't want to start all over again and stuff like that. So I just said I'll just do both on here, and I want to probably add something else to the mix. But I see people, a lot of black folks in the gun community, complaining about the community and how it is, how it's fake. Just like anything really is. It's a bunch of so-called gatekeepers and people who want to dictate how things should be. A lot of stuff, a lot of dick policing what people should use for their equipment, the type of builds people build, all that type of stuff. And it's like, it's kind of crazy that you would think in this community that's already over scrutinized from the public and politicians, you know, get blamed for everything, that I didn't realize how the whole FUD thing was. I remember this one guy, he was a hunter, and he didn't like really like AR-15 stuff like that, and I didn't even have one yet. But this is like, you know, something happened and politicians were politicianing, and it was like before the Safe Act happened, and he was literally looking at me with disgust because we were debating about AR-15s and guns and stuff like that. And I had the two black liberal dudes who were ex-military and people don't need that, and then you had this old white FUD, for lack of a better word, who was all like disgusted that I was advocating for that. And you know, it was some gun that came out that was like, it had like some type of laser, and it was in a gun magazine. It was just over the top, and it's like, what do you need that for, type of deal. I was like, it just looked cool, dog. Like, I didn't have anything at the time. I'm still just getting into it. If I would have known better, I would have built a rifle back before the Safe Act happened, and I would have just registered so to have it the way it is. Like, I didn't know that you could have did that. Like, I thought you had to have it a certain way, but I would have still built my feature list, still built my fixed mag, but I would have had one shit hit the fan rifle that was already registered, that I had to do nothing to, that I could, you know, obviously you can't have 39 mags, but you could have detachable mags. But anyways, that's the first time I recognized the whole FUD thing, like in real time, in real life, where this hunter who only got and actually bought my first gun from him. I bought two shotguns that were kind of shitty, like his old shotguns that he was done with, but I bought two of them from him. That was my first guns I ever bought. But yeah, just the gun community is weird because it's a lot of class issues, a lot of racial issues, and you know, obviously age or whatever too, because you know, you saw the debate between some old fuds talked about you shouldn't have a flashlight on a gun. Then Corleone responded, and other dudes responded, and you got some dudes that say you should have optics on your guns now. It's like, it's 2024. Like, people need to learn how to shoot iron sights first. Like, what the hell are we talking about? Like, I don't know. But I was watching this one post from this girl. She was on Twitter. One of the females who, she's like a trainer, and she's posting content now. And obviously, I think the women have it a lot better, a lot easier. Not obviously dudes go on and post and comment and say stuff to them, but I'm saying amongst their core constituents. Because at the end of the day, like, they really, I see why they only focus on women and helping women and training women. They don't exclude men, but they be having ladies only things and all that stuff. I totally see why. I don't think women are going on other females' pages talking about why you got a pink gun, or why your gun purple, or why you got an Olight. Like, I don't think they do that to each other. That's the thing that with the men's channel, especially, you know. But the chick was saying, she was defending some dude who had, you know, he had a AR pistol, which I agree. I was similarly, not disgusted, but I'm like, yo, why y'all niggas got all these damn AR pistols? Like, chill, we got 16-inch rifles at. And it's like, I remember H.E. Hustle, I don't know if he was joking or not, but he was like, why you got more than one 16-inch rifle, or whatever. I don't know if he was serious or not, or joking, but he has a million short barrel rifles and pistols and all that. But I too was disgusted, because I'm like, I look at some of these white YouTubers, they got like a whole safe full of 16-inch, 18-inch 20-inch rifles and all that stuff. I'm like, it's okay to have multiple of those. It's not okay to have, in reality, to have a bunch of AR pistols and Dracos and stuff like that. Especially, we saw what happened when the ATF did what they did with the pistol brace, and they made all those shits null and void that quick with the stroke of a pen. Not even a pen, because they're not even elected people, but they made them pistols null and void for a while. So people got a safe with 20 different AR pistols and Dracos and all that type of stuff with no stocks on them and no braces rather. That shit made them shits all pointless. But it's funny how like that's becoming a wave now. And the point that the girl made was, I have like white dudes who complaining because she was on Twitter about this one dude who had one of those ARPs that had like the finger knuckle grip and it had no brace on it. Obviously, this was probably during the brace ban. He did the video and they took it to complain about it, and he was just doing stupid stuff and skits with the gun or whatever, just playing around. And it's like, and everybody's like critiquing it and all this other stuff. I'm just like, yo, he's being stupid. Like, you see a bunch of dudes that do skits and do dumb stuff and be doing stuff for the views and the clicks that have good channels. Grand Theft does some stupid stuff. Now I do agree, like, my level of dealing with that is low. Like, Black Ramble's the limit I got. I can't do nothing else. I can't subscribe to nobody else doing that. It's one of the dudes that hang out with HG Hustle and Chris TV and Ramble J that, like, he be doing, like, goofy shit, too, and I just can't watch his shit because it's like, nah, we good. I can only do one. But a lot of those bigger white YouTube channels have the same thing, but they're not. They probably do get the same complaints, but it's just like people can't comprehend, like, yo, this is just for shits and giggles. This ain't serious right here. Only thing I really care, like, if a person is not telling the truth about laws or telling you to do stuff that's not right, then that's a problem. I don't agree with that either. Like that whole fuck around to find out dudes and all them guys. He's in jail right now. Like, they had soft body armor. They had 22s talking about revolution. Like, stop, you're not ready. You wasn't ready. Like, shit like that, I definitely don't like. I don't like Grandmaster Jay and all them boys. Like, no. Like, get out of here with that. Like, that was dumb. And we saw what happened with him. But as far as, like, being in the gun community and what light to buy, I was really on this Asian dude's video. And he, I think he titled the video "The Ultimate Gun Build" or "Shit the Fan Build," something like that. And it was the typical Reddit build. It was the build that is Reddit approved. Most of the dudes on Reddit, the white boys, is what I'm saying, have this build. They have the BCM upper with the air precision lower. And somebody was in the comment section crying about, why didn't you wait for BCM? You should have got the BCM. I'd rather blah blah blah. Just completely shitting on the gun. And I'm just like, people reading this shit and buying their first build and only having one gun, and they listen to that shit and they be jacked up, spending all this money buying a almost $8,000 to $1,000 upper when you probably didn't have to do that. Like, I was almost up into that. I just built my quote unquote shit to the fan gun, and I was gonna go out and buy the Daniel Defense, $900 upper, and I'm like, why am I doing that? My dream gun is an AUG, which it's like $1,500. RDB is one of the bullpups I do want to get, probably before I would get the AUG. That was $700. Like, am I really gonna spend $1,000 on just the upper when I could buy a real EOTech and all this other stuff? And I was like, no, I'm gonna just build me what I wanted. I wanted a 14.5 Pendle Well upper, so I went with another arrow. I'm like, how can I shit on the arrow when I have a 308 complete arrow build? Like, and I watched the T-Rex Arms review or whatever. I know the limitations of what it can and cannot do, and I'm like, I'm never gonna shoot my gun that much. I'm not shooting 5,000 rounds in 4 days and burning out barrels, stuff like that. So I already have that in my mind, like what it can and cannot do, and would I trust my life on it? Yeah, it's fine. It's like it's not garbage trash stuff. Now, Bear Creek Arsenal, that's the difference. I'm at the point where, I pretty much got rid of my first 2 guns. In my 2020 gun collection, I said, some guns ain't coming with me, and I'm getting some new stuff, and I did do that. I got rid of 2 rifles. My first one was just the M&P Sport, but that was my first gun I ever bought. And I'm like, I'm replacing all that. And I'm like, I build guns, like, because I'm in New York, even though I'm exempt from a lot of the bull, I still build because it's just easier to do it that way until you get your license endorsement from having your pistol permit, which I'm working on. So I was like, I can't shit on a company that I've been building of and making several of, and if I trust it enough for this, then it should be good enough to be issued to the handgun. Again, Bear Creek Arsenal, I haven't had an issue with my 7.62 AR, which I built because even though the YouTube internet gods of guns said don't do that, and the people who complain saying that you shouldn't have a gun in that caliber, all that, I said fuck it. I was a challenge to myself. It was something I wanted to do, and I did it. And I haven't had any issues with the gun, even though it's a cheap ass Bear Creek Arsenal upper, $250 was. I maybe got a good one out of it, but I've seen people with state of the art $1,000 mutants or whatever they want to call them that on the video in the YouTube when they first shooting it did not work. So, but that gun, if I want to train, because I have a lot more 7.62 ammo than anything else, and I have an AK, so if I want to beat the shit out of an upper and I'll put it on a different lower, like what I did right now, I took the lower for that gun, I put it on my shit hit the fan build right now. For now, I'm eventually gonna end up building stuff, but I said if I build right now, I'm gonna put all the bells and whistles in it and spend way more than I probably should. So I'm chilling, and I'm gonna just say I'll just use this upper because I have an AK too, and I want to get better at shooting that. So I just said, freak it, I'm gonna use this lower because I have everything in it, so that it was preparing that 7.62 AR to do the work and last and be sufficient. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do all that again for this gun. So I'm like, I just keep this lower, but the lower works fine. It is with my setup, and I'm using it right now. I'm actually going to the range tomorrow to try it out, see how everything is. Check out a couple bolt carriers. Like I bought one of those nickel boron bolts, and I have to just go shoot because I haven't really been shooting the 5.56 lately. So I did build the 300 blackout. And what I was saying before is I built a 300 blackout pistol, because that's the argument I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make is that a lot of dudes complain about the AR pistols and stuff like that, and obviously, yeah, if you build it in 5.56, it's pointless. The bullets are supposed to be coming out of a 20-inch barrel. All the ballistic stuff we already know. It's common sense. But again, I don't know why people act like people don't know that in their videos. Like every person says it. They say it a million times. So that's obvious. Like that's a thing. But it's like you don't understand the difference between somebody. This is a range toy. Like people go out and buy staccatos, $5,000 that they're not carrying. No one carries their staccato. Maybe I don't know. It's every video I watch, they complaining about it being too heavy. It's not that type of gun, and no one uses it. But everyone has that $5,000 gun that's just sitting in the range. But it has a purpose. Has a reason. I built my 300 blackout because I got rid of my 16-inch 300 blackout. And I said I still want that caliber. I could have got rid of it and said call it a day, but I wanted that caliber. I wanted to build me. I was also against the mindset of getting an air pistol, but I'm like, I do want something that is good for home defense, that is small and compact. I went with the 10.5, which I probably should have went with the 7-inch because it's 300 blackout, but I went with the 10.5 thinking for my length of pull and my height and stuff like that, I want to feel comfortable when I'm shooting it, and it just felt better to me than the shorter barrel. But the barrel wasn't too expensive. But on that video, you know, oh, he got an O-light. I didn't even have an O-light. I had a cheaper light than that. But like these poverty builds. Then you go to this dude's channel and he got a bunch of shitty cheap guns on his channel, and I'm just like, what I shoot don't make you shit. Like I don't think the women in their community, in their group, because again, they're not fucking with the men. They're just doing their own thing separately. Are people really going to their channels hating and doing stuff like that? Again, if it's about the laws, if you're misinforming people with the laws, brace bands, when that was a thing, if you got an SBR, if it's not SBR, but you got, if it's not SBR, but you got angle grips on it, stuff like that, absolutely kill them in the comment section, hate on everything that's in there, because like that can get people jammed up. They're stupid if they listen to somebody on YouTube and don't do their own research, whatever. But still, any false information like that. But when you really like, I mean, this dude really was going in on that Asian dude's comments. Is, why you got that gun? You should have waited from that. Like he literally sounded like a spokesperson for BCM. And even though the quintessential build right now is the BCM upper, air lower. But he felt a need to complain about the air lower. The lower matters less than anything. The barrel is important. The bolt carrier group is important. The trigger is important. But those are things, your main things that you have to worry about. Yes, you will get a way better barrel life out of Daniel Defense or Geisley upper, and you probably won't have to ever buy another barrel again. Okay, what do? You just spend $1,000 to have one gun, and that's your choice. I chose not to do that. I chose to get a complete air build, which I already have. And honestly, I would rather grab my AK anyways if shit popped off, shit hit the fan, because that shit is more reliable than all that. And that gun, technically, I overpaid for it because I bought it during the pandemic. I paid $9. It's a $600 AK, but technically, that gun is more durable and battle testing than anything that we're building. But it is what it is. But that's just my thoughts. I'm just looking at the gun community, and it is trash. I see people complain about it all the time. I see black YouTubers all the time. I don't argue with people though. I'm just like, I just my logic of like, you really complaining about something I have on my gun? You really think that I don't know the rules and the laws and what this is for? You know, even the whole conversation about one in the chamber, everybody says it. I'm like, no, people should do it when they're comfortable doing it. Like, if they're not comfortable doing it, they shouldn't be doing it. You can't shame somebody into doing something like that they're not ready to do. They need to do it when they're ready to do it. Is it smart? Is it tactical? Is it whatever to not? No, we all get that. But you're not going to make somebody do that. I'd rather have the person waiting to be comfortable, or just getting a gun with a safety on it and do whatever they got to do until they are comfortable. A lot of people just aren't carrying because they don't want to carry one in the chamber, or they got a gun that don't got a safety. So what is that logic? So you're saying you shouldn't carry without one in the chamber, which I agree to a point. But then that person is like, I'm not comfortable yet, not ready for it yet, or they're thinking about kids and stuff like that, so they won't carry at all. There's a lot of women I know in that predicament right now. But that's something you do and you get ready for. But as far as buying guns and building guns and what you want, a lot of that shit is preference. A lot of that shit is these people are paid to have their opinions, and most of them tell you, but they're still paid to have it. Some of the stuff still slips through the cracks of the product, because I know a lot of big YouTubers promoted that shitty ass fake Law Tactical folder, and that shit is garbage. It's trash. It's horrible. Didn't even shoot the gun and it broke. That Manta is like when the brace band was going on, it popped off. You put your gun in it. It's like the carbine chassis to turn your 9mm to 3 points of contact. A lot of big YouTubers were promoting that, and I haven't heard anything bad about that or nothing like that. Thank God the brace band's over, but I was gonna actually buy one of those. But a lot of big YouTubers promoted that and gave their touch of approval for it. I think they just do that, and you can't be making your decisions off what these influencers do, whether they claim to be honest about what they got paid for or what was given to them. You still can't. You got to do your own research, test things out yourself, and sometimes you will get burned. Sometimes you got to just learn that lesson when you're buying it. Like that Law Tactical, the fake Law Tactical, I knew what I was getting into. I saw a couple people pretty much say it worked and what happened with them, but it didn't work for me. It's a shitty company. It's not legit. It was $100. It ain't hurting my pockets, but it's something you learn. Just get the real one. They be $200 on Planet Optics or Optics Planet. Off sale often. That's when you should just get one. And at the most it's $250. But I'm rethinking even putting one on my gun at all. Like I have one. I want one on my 10-inch 10.5 from the blackout, but it's not like a deal breaker. I'll get one eventually on there. But yeah, the gun community is wild. Like again, it's obviously gatekeepers and people talking about, because some of the comments were saying like, well, this is our community and we all look that crazy, so I'm gonna talk shit. Like no, I'm not complaining about someone else's build. Like if it's your build, you put on it what you want. Throwing like, and again, if you like, I watch Classic Firearms, they do bust builds, whatever, and even that shit be annoying sometimes, because like it's people that work at a gun store, all clearly have decent 9-to-5s where they have money, so every one of their guns can have a surefire light. Every one of their guns can have this. Even the stuff that you think is decent, like these snobs is like, I hate mag pulse slings. I hate Magpul that. I hate this, and I'm like, God damn, like what the fuck? Like, you got regular everyday people trying to participate in this Second Amendment experience, and all these weirdo snobs shitting on everything, even the shit you thought was good. Like, I can have a Magpul grip, but on my gun or stock, but I can't have this. And it's not always the so-called stuff, because people do, a lot of those guys do shit on the Daniel Defense. They all shit on Daniel Defense's stocks and their pistol grips, which I don't like them either. But I don't know. I think you should get what you want and what you're comfortable with and what you like, and fuck what everybody else says about it, because it's your gun, it's your build. You bought it, you spent your hard-earned money on it. As long as it's not some cheap Chinese shit that ain't gonna work, it's whatever. But even that too, because people, like, again, Hollow Sun, very common in the black community, black gun spaces. Olight. I said the one former fake operator dude said, I had an Olight and they're trash, and I had one fell on me. I've never had a Surefire fell on me. So you had one fell on you, like, oh, he had not even a light fell on him. The switch, the light switch fell on him. I'm like, whatever. You had a bad experience with the product, you don't like it. I can understand that. It is what it is. But it ain't that serious to me. Is enough people who have it and haven't had any complaints or haven't had any issues with it for me not to trip and say that it's alright. And honestly, the price difference between the Olight and the Surefire is not even that much, like $50 to the most part. And then with the cells and the little codes and all that, you can get one for a decent price. Now, for my shit, the fan build, will I get a Surefire? Yeah, I said that is my I'm gonna have a nice sling on it. I'm gonna have a nice light on it. I'm gonna have everything I should have on that gun, because that's what it's for. Every gun is not gonna have all that stuff though. Some guns are gonna have Olight. Some guns are gonna have a Magpul this or a Magpul sling, whatever. Like, you know. But that's pretty much it. Buy what you want to buy. It's your build. You do what you want with it. Don't let these people talk shit. Because the funny thing about AR pistols, which again I think some Negroes overdo it, is that it's becoming a fad now. They call them truck guns, right? But it's still an AR pistol. You know, that's their work gun. That's their truck gun. It's to the point where is always shitted on and hated on, but now they're becoming more and more popular, especially now that we got the ATF chilling with the pistol brace, man. They're gonna be more popular now. I have one. I don't need 10. I don't need 20. I have 1 300 blackout 10.5. I'm good with that. If I want another gun that's that short, it's gonna be a bullpup. That's what I want to do in the beginning. But again, I'm debating. I'm gonna wait and get the one I really want, which is the AUG, or maybe just temporarily get the RBD for now. But yeah, I'm out.